Everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. We have a surprise in store for you today. I'm going to be showing you how to make my skinny jambalaya using our Instant Pot or any brand of electric pressure cooker for that matter. They all tend to work the same. So with just a few simple ingredients and some really good seasonings, you can have jambalaya in a flash any night of the week using your pressure cooker. Let's get started. Okay, so I have my pressure cooker on saute and I'm letting it heat up. It's real important that you let that happen and come to heat before you add anything to it at all before you get started. So this does use a lot of different variables. We have chicken, we have shrimp, we have andouille sausage, and I'm using a chicken andouille sausage in mine, and I'm also using chicken thighs. But if you want to make this really skinny, you can use chicken breast. So you're going to need probably, and it just depends on, it's real easy to double if you need a huge batch, but this batch will feed probably 6 really hungry people. So we have 2 chicken andouille sausages that we've just cut up into rounds, and I wasn't quite ready to put him in yet, so let me get him out. And I've got them sitting over to the side, and I have probably about a pound of skinless, boneless chicken thighs that I'm using. And what I did, I cooked these ahead of time in the pressure cooker so they've had a chance to cool. I have not shredded them. We'll do that right before we add them in, and it's real easy to do that after you cook them in the pressure cooker. So we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil to this. Oh, and you're going to need probably about 16 to 20 medium-sized shrimp. I use frozen because they'll cook all the way through and they'll be fantastic. So to our heated oil, we are going to add in 1 chopped red bell pepper, 1 small chopped green bell pepper, and 1 small onion. And those 2 chicken andouille sausages that I just talked about. We're going to brown all this together. And don't worry, we're going to season it as well. So we just want to get those all tossed in and coated in that oil and let that browning process start to happen. Now to this, whoops, I got a rogue pepper. To this, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic and get that tossed in as well. And you really just want to kind of just crisp up your sausage and sweat your onions and peppers. It really doesn't take all that much. You just kind of want to sweat everything down. We're going to go through a short pressure cooking process on this so everything will be nice and uniform and cooked really, really well. I'm going to get a bigger spoon. And with as much as you have in here, you don't really have to worry so much about burning that garlic. Just keep everything moving because you want to get it all nice and sweat it out. So we're going to allow those to continue to cook just until those peppers and onions get soft. And now we're going to start adding in our seasonings. We want to season this because this is going to be the base here of what we've got. So we're going to add in about a half a teaspoon of dried oregano and about a half a teaspoon of dried thyme. About 3/4 of a teaspoon of smoked paprika. And about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne. You can use less if you don't like things hot, or you can use more if you like them really hot. Now let's get those mixed in. Now we're also going to add in probably about a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of regular pepper. Just let those spices sweat with those onions and cook with that sausage. And it'll start to smell really, really good in here. Now we'll let that continue to cook for just a minute till everything's good and soft and fragrant. Then we're going to add in our liquid components. And that really just consists of just a couple of things. So we're going to add in 1 can of diced tomatoes, and then we're going to add in probably 3 to 4 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Now, depending on how you like your jambalaya, if you like it soupy, add in 4 cups. If you like it chunky, kind of stiff, add in anywhere from 2 to 3 cups. Make this your preference. But anywhere from 2 to 4 cups will make just the perfect jambalaya every time. We're not cooking the rice in this, and that's one of the things that keeps it skinny. I'll cook the rice on the side, and people who want regular rice can simply add it in when they serve it or fix their dish. People who want a skinny version can use cauliflower rice and serve it over the cauliflower rice. All right, so I think we've cooked and sweated down real good here. So now we're going to add in our canned tomatoes. Stir those in. Then we're going to add in our chicken broth. And you're probably about to hear the dogs bark, so just bear with me. My little grand boy's about to come in, so the dogs are probably going to bark. It's okay. It's all right. Here they go. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Bring him over here, Daddy. We're filming. He could come see his Daddy doesn't want to be on the camera. Can you tell everybody hello? Can you tell everybody hello? Huh? This is my joy right here. Mwah. Here, you can take him. I'm going to finish this up. I'll get my loving in a minute. All right, so we've added our broth and our tomatoes. Anytime that you cook in the pressure cooker, you always want to add anywhere from a half a cup to a cup of water. So we're going to add just, especially if you're using tomato-based dishes like we are today. Okay, so let's add that in and get it stirred in. Now, I have left my unit on simmer, but you don't have to. At this point, you can turn it completely off, and I'm just going to take that chicken and just shred it with my hands. And I'm putting the whole 1.5 pounds in there. We like to fill this up. Then once you get your chicken and your shrimp in, you can see if you need more or less broth. That's really the best way to see how much you need. And this chicken's going to shred a bit further. So we'll get that mixed in. And I've got to find my towel because my hands are dirty. Or let me just wash them real quick. Now, what I have done with the shrimp, it's still frozen and it's fine. I have seasoned it with a bit of garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and just let it sit. And now we're going to add that in. I'm going to get that seasoning off that batch. And it's okay if it's frozen. This has about a 6-minute cook time. Really, that's all it takes. And your shrimp will be done perfectly every time. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to pop the lid on. We're going to lock it in place, seal the vent, and set this for 6 minutes. Then we will allow our pressure to release naturally for about 10 to 15 while we're cooking our rice in the Instant Pot, of course, because that takes, it happens in a flash too. And if you haven't seen that video, you can find it over at the Buttered Home as well. So we'll come back when we have all this put together and have this fast, skinny, simple jambalaya ready for you in a minute, so stay with us. All right, everybody, we are back. We finished a 6-minute cook time in our electric pressure cooker, and then I turned the unit off when it was done, and I allowed the pressure to release naturally. When I went to take the lid off, I still turned it to release so that it would release any remaining pressure. It's always a good rule of thumb to do that. And here we are left with this beautiful jambalaya. And I want you to look at that chicken, how perfectly it busted up during the cooking process. So there's not a ton that you have to do. You've got perfectly cooked shrimp, and you've got all that chicken, and you've got that chicken andouille sausage, and it is gorgeous. It is very hot, and I didn't get a spoon. Let me get a, yeah, I did. I got a spoon. But you can serve this over rice, or if you're not really watching what you're eating or things like that, you can also cook the rice directly in this during that 6-minute cook time, and it'll come out perfect every time. So let me get a bite. I'm gonna get some of that sausage, chicken, and shrimp, and it's hot, like temperature hot. It's probably a little spicy too, but let's try it. That shrimp is done perfectly. Woo. It's fantastic. Hot, but fantastic. So this recipe is great. You can make it skinny or not so skinny, however you want to have it. But just doing the rice separately makes it very skinny all on its own. You can eat this as a soup or a stew. We like to take the pot liquor and put it over the rice, whether that's cauliflower rice or regular rice. It's good either way. We hope that you'll try this recipe in our warm comfort food Instant Pot section and love it as much as we do. So now I've got to get this dispersed out to some people who've been waiting patiently on it. So as usual, if you're not already, make sure you're following us on all of our social platforms. We have a real good time, and we want you here with us no matter what we're doing. Also, this recipe can be found over at thebutteredhome.com for free, and you can print it out and make notes and put it in your recipe book. Also, make sure you're following us on all of our social channels. We have a real good time. We want you here for all of it. And if you want all of our videos in one convenient place, head over to YouTube, and when you find The Buttered Home, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. It's jambalaya time. Let's go from the buttered home to your home. We sure love you guys. Bye.